and going through their pregame warm-ups, trying to get loose and focused here before tip. Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome to our coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris. Feels like just yesterday we were watching the NBA Finals, Doris. Now a brand new season is getting started.
Doesn't feel like yesterday to me. I've been dying for some NBA hoops all summer. Let's tip it up.
Let's take a look at our starters for Atlanta. Alperen Sengun out there with Daniel Gafford. Then it's Cameron Johnson. Then there's Amen Thompson. And it's Rubio in at the 1 spot. Powell outside. Now here's Nesmith, covered by Johnson. 4 on the clock.
That's just phenomenal defense. The defense feels like it's all over the place and knows exactly how to guard it.
On offense, here's Utah. Outside Nesmith. Powell against Thompson. Here's SGA. The rebound by the Hawks.
Taking what the defense gives you, exactly the shot you want, just doesn't go in.
Right side Johnson. Pass to Sengun. Now here's Thompson. Here's Gafford. It's blocked.
Mozgov's such an effective player. His defensive presence, ability to block shots is so crucial to this team.
Outside Reed. The 3 is up. Thompson pulls it in.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. Outside Johnson. Good, and the assist goes to Sengun. Johnson's got 5 points.
Clean look, under contest, Cam Johnson, it doesn't matter. This guy is lethal from distance.
Grant, I think it's safe to say Cam Johnson has really hit his stride lately.
Absolutely, B.A. He's seizing the opportunities he's been given, taking and making more shots, dropping more dimes. He's reaching another level of his game.
And there's the rejection. Rubio against SGA with the drive from 8 feet. Buries the jump shot.
Oh, my goodness. The quickness of SGA, the burst. It's like a blur.
Here's Rubio. Pass to Sengun. The 3 is up. That shot off the mark.
Well, that's the opportunity they're looking for, just not the result, obviously.
Here's Mozgov. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Rubio with some nice D.
So often the outcome of a game is dictated in the first quarter of a game. This is a tough start.
Back to Sengun. And Sengun, throw it down.
Yeah, textbook work by Sengun. Setting a solid screen and then getting open.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. up one with a new group. A big group substitution here for Atlanta. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Gafford. Jaquez comes in for Alperen Şengün. Hauser, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Young in for Rubio. Jazz trail by 5. Outside Pritchard. Pass to Green. And here's Lopez. Hauser grabs the board.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
And on lottery night, the Utah Jazz sliding back to the 5th pick, Doris.
BA, I know for the fan base, obviously that's disappointing. Everybody wants the top pick, or they're hoping for at least a top 3 pick. But here's the key for the Utah Jazz. They have put in place an organization of leadership that will make good decisions over a span of time. This isn't a one draft wonder. This is about building out over time and getting a sustainable roster.
And here we now get a look back on the best shot blockers in the NBA last season. Third is Brook Lopez.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
And he makes the first.
They're one of the best rim runners in the game. Capella is underappreciated at times because he doesn't fit the mold of the modern big. But he rebounds, defends, and takes shots he knows he can make.
Caris LeVert's checked in for Atlanta. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 1:58 left to play in the first quarter. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Jovic passes to Green. Again, Green missing. The Hawks lead by 7. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. The developing game of Trae Young is something that Coach discussed with his players. Coach said he's been one of the league's assist leaders. Don't get so consumed trying to stop him that you give him the easy passes inside. They know the danger that Young possesses. We'll see if they can contain him here. Back over to you guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. Green, the pass to Pritchard. Outside Johnson. Lopez, the screen. 6 to shoot, to the wing, right side. No good on the 3. On offense, here are the Hawks. Big run right now for them, 11-2. Pass to Jaquez. To the inside. Young against Pritchard. This one for 3. Rebounded by Jovic.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Johnson passes to Green. Utah moving the ball around. Here's Jovic. Fires the 3. Jaquez grabs the board. Pass to Young. To the left side wing. And there's a pick. Now here's LeVert. Over Green. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
Makes his selection.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Hawks ahead. They're up by 11. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hawks?
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes and has kept the defense guessing as well.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second. Daniel Gafford is out there with Alperen Şengün. Then there's Ricky Rubio. Then it's Caris LeVert. And it's Thompson in at the shooting guard position.
Yeah, Naz Reid, aware that ball hits my hands, I've got to be ready to rise and fire.
And here's LeVert for 3. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, for all the anticipation around NBA expansion, we might have to pump the brakes. I'm told a number of team owners are a bit hesitant to further carve up the revenue from this new national broadcasting deal, so the timeline may take longer than some fans had hoped.
They'll get there. All right, Shams, thank you very much for that report.
Boy, the rise and fire off the bounce by Gilgeous-Alexander with that length and release point. Good luck guarding it.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And Atlanta making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Here's Rubio. Still no points. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Thompson goes in. Clock at 6. Over Powell. Thompson's shot is off. And here's Powell. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Doris, Norman Powell has been impressive ever since his younger days.
Well, he put people on notice in high school, right? He wins the dunk contest for San Diego County. He was on 2 All-State teams and won a state championship. And boy, he has proven a scorer in the league.
That one falls for Powell.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
And so Powell nails them both.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Outside Johnson. Gafford the screen. Johnson passes to Gafford. The jump hook and rejected. And they're able to recover. From down in the low post, it goes.
The painted area is the 9-to-5 place of business for Daniel Gafford, doing work right there.
Pass to Mozgov. Powell for 3. Doesn't go that time. The Hawks lead by 9. Rubio looking around. Now here's Johnson. And here's Şengün. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
You gotta love how Şengün attacks on the interior.
Reed a screen on Rubio. Here's SGA. Tries again. Ooh, strong finish, SGA.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
From deep, Johnson. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Johnson's got 8.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Outside Nesmith. And it falls. 4 for 8 for him from the floor.
This guy has looked so much better in the second quarter, really starting to find his rhythm.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. You know, just watching him, Aaron Nesmith seems like the kind of energetic player teams love to have, Doris.
Exactly right, PA, and there's a reason. He's got size and strength. He is very willing defensively to mix it up with a level of physicality that is special. But maybe the most important thing, there's a competitive edge and toughness about this guy that I love.
A line change here for Utah. Count that bucket.
The catch and shoot is exactly what you're looking for. Cam Johnson, one of the best shooters in the league.
Pritchard with a screen on Johnson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
The Hawks lead by 12. Outside Johnson. They set the pick. Pass to Capella. To the middle. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. And here's Young. Defended by Pritchard. Inside. It's Trae Young.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them reduce their attempts from downtown. And quite frankly, I think that's a good idea.
Johnson against Green. Johnson on the wing. Yet to see a basket. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, good to see Johnson getting into the defense down low and succeeding. Sometimes you gotta fight for it, young man.
Green against Johnson. Outside Young. Oh, the lethal three ball of Young.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Right side Johnson. That shot missing. And so that brings the first half to a close. Atlanta on top, up by 15. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
Hey, folks, as a team, how do you stay focused when you're up like this?
Well, maybe you start making dinner plans, decide where to go on your next vacation.
Yeah, that focus, good advice, Shaq. This is the NBA. Anything can happen. You got to stay sharp and keep up the intensity.
Well, you can tell some of us are more focused than others. And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Atlanta Hawks.
I'm giving credit to their front.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Boy, you look at Cam Johnson, he's been playing really well.
Through the first two quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Norman Powell out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Naz Reid. Then it's Nesmith. And it's Mozgov in at the center position. And that's the group for Will Hardy as we begin the second half. Stolen by Reid. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, B.A. Cameron Johnson stays even. He said, I just try to come in and do my job every game, no matter what that looks like. And as somebody who shoots a lot of threes, some days can be better than others. So you just ride the waves while you can and focus on that next play. The next shot and your results, they'll be the results. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Gafford the screen. Thompson right side. With the floater. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Powell outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on Ricky Rubio. Now, Doris, when it comes to the mid-range game, is anyone better than SGA?
Boy, when you think of the all-time efficient greats, Kevin Durant comes to mind. But SGA is carving out that kind of career. You can post him from the mid-range. His handle gets him to the spots on the floor he wants. He wears that area of the floor out.
LeVert's checked in for Johnson. First free throw is good. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has made the move from star to superstar, Grant.
Well, no question, B.A. He's been a superstar for quite a few seasons now, but he's not satisfied and just continues to elevate his game year after year.
And that one goes in. Two from the line that time.
Boy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has become a walking bucket, folks. This is now an elite NBA scorer.
Pass to Gafford. Now here's Rubio. Here's Thompson. He shoots a three. Mozgov for the rebound. And if they're going to make a move, this is a good time to start.
And there's still plenty of time, but they definitely don't want to let this game get too far out of hand.
From deep, SGA. It's rebounded by Şengün. Atlanta's gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. Here's LeVert. Pass to Gafford. Back to LeVert. For 3. Mozgov for the rebound. Mozgov's got his 4th rebound in this one. Powell passes to SGA. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Foul beyond the arc, and he almost hit the shot. He'll go to the line for 3.
Well, Aaron Nesmith has the kind of frame where if he gets that defender off balance, he's going to draw contact. That's a great play by the young man.
Utah making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. Jaime Jaquez is checked in for Atlanta. Trae Young comes in for Rubio. Good on the second one.
Well, Aaron Nesmith is a guy who's put in the time to become a key rotational player. What he gives you is points if he's given open shots. He's going to hit the glass hard, and you know this man is going to get up and guard.
And he makes all 3. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. There's Young with the 3. Knocks it down from distance. Young's got 8 points.
The control of Young, unleashing a devastating dribble move and finding the shot.
Back to SGA. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. A different look here for Utah. Jovic, he's checked in for Reed. Johnson comes in for Nesmith. And it's Peyton Pritchard in for Norman Powell. Capella, he's checked in for the Hawks. Hauser comes in for Thompson.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve.
Down low, the putback.
Oh, ball movement creating a great look. Every coach loves this.
Jazz trail by 12. SGA looking around. They set the screen. Let's go with a 3. SGA knocks down a 3.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Pass to Jaquez. Hauser outside. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Capella, screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. LeVert finds Capella. The shot that time not on target. Good work defensively by Lopez. And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. Following this game, they host the Magic. And that game will conclude a 4-game homestand for them.
After a brutal first half from the field, their shots are finally starting to fall.
Atlanta leading by 7. Now LeVert. He's got 5. Outside Young. With the teardrop. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. All right, Fran, when we talk about the range Trae Young possesses, just how dangerous can this guy be?
Well, when he's on, he's a nightmare matchup for defenses. Once he crosses half court, he's a threat to score, which in turn really helps open up the floor for everyone else on his team.
Green's checked in for Utah. Cam Johnson, he's checked in for the Hawks.
And Trae Young's attitude on the floor is so striking. He's got this unbreakable edge to him. He's super competitive and is ready to scrap with you.
Hauser passes to Jaquez. Young against Pritchard. Here's Capella. That's in! Coming off an assist from Young. Capella's got 6 points.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Johnson with a bucket. And 12 points for Cam Johnson.
You can see when Cameron Johnson gets his rhythm, he is so effective on the offensive end.
Pritchard finds Johnson. Here's Lopez. Atlanta with a rebound. Capella's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Inside. Rebound, Utah. They still have time to make this a game.
But they really need to focus in because they let this game get away from them a little bit.
For Atlanta, they've gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. Young with it. He's got 9. Capella, screen on Pritchard. Launches it. No good on the buzzer beater. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hawks. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And Atlanta, looking at who they've got. Ricky Rubio is out there with Thompson. Then it's Daniel Gafford. Then there's Alperon Şengün. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. From deep, Johnson. Reed with the rebound. Jazz trail by 9. From 11 feet away. Out to Powell. There's the screen. Outside Reed. There's the 3. No good on the shot. Atlanta's gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Thompson, that's good.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Outside Nesmith. Back to SGA. Pass to Mozgov. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
They've been playing with much greater physicality this half. Getting themselves to the free throw line is a must.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
And the other thing, guys, that they've been very effective at is shooting the long-range jumpers. The defense has been having trouble closing out to them in this game in particular.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team. He said to them, "You guys look defeated out there. Wake up. This game is far from over, but I need you all to believe that. I need you to fight for one another right now."
Okay, thanks, Allie.
So critical that your big men be able to shoot free throws at a high rate.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Rubio. Reed with the rebound. Jazz trail by 9. Nesmith passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Reed to screen on Rubio. And Reed with a basket on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, Reed setting the screen, then has the smarts to find the soft spot in the defense.
Şengün passes to Rubio. Thompson with a screen. 4-3. The rebound by the Jazz. Pass to Reed. And here's Nesmith from deep. Here's Mozgov. And there's 2. Work on the glass, paying off that time. Now just a 5-point Hawks lead.
Yeah, when you let Mozgov get planted on your end, he's very hard to move. Great play from him on the second effort.
Now Şengün. They set the pick. Pass to Johnson. 5 on the clock. The floater. Mozgov for the rebound. Mozgov's got 7 rebounds in the game. Shot's good. SGA making the play. SGA's got 3 assists now in this one.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Thompson outside. Here's Johnson. Outside Rubio. Thompson with a screen. Fires the 3. Oh, it doesn't go.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
Atlanta leading by 3. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Gafford with a screen on SGA. Oh, he dropped it straight in.
Gafford's teammates believe in this guy, and that is a big-time delivery.
First team foul. At the line for the Hawks, Daniel Gafford. 1 shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And that one misses.
What you love about Daniel Gafford, he knows who he is. He's going to be a force in the painted area on both ends. He's going to take high percentage shots, and he doesn't mind the dirty work.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, Shea showing no fear inside.
There is no moment too big, no pressure too heavy for Mr. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. The delivery is on time.
Here's Thompson. Off on the layup. On offense, here's Utah. They're on a 13-4 run. Neesmith on the wing, covered by Johnson. Now SGA. Shot clock at 6. Takes it inside. Shea gets it to go off the drive.
Maybe the most predictable player on the floor in this moment. SGA with a big-time delivery.
Thompson. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
You just can't give up looks that close to the rim.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Utah. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Outside Reed. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Reed. Powell outside to tie it up. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. No! They're unable to get the tying basket there. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Johnson outside. Now Rubio. Yes, sir!
Oh, this guy's typically a setup man here, but he rises to the challenge. Beautifully done by Rubio.
Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. Rubio with a steal and an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul, second team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul, third team foul. At the line,
he drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Boy, critical trip to the line. He knocks him in and gives him a little cushion down the stretch.
For 3, cleared away by Rubio. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Ricky Rubio.
And so both free throws good. And it's a 9-point game here.
He snuffs out any comeback hopes with an impressive performance at the line.
So it's Atlanta picking up the win. That's, boy, a nice win on the road. Thanks, Alec. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.